Hello YouTubers, it's Travis, and we're back for more Adventures in Forgotten Realms drafting on MTG Arena. I wanted to mention that I'm now doing a weekly draft video series for face2facegames.com. So if you're enjoying the YouTube videos here and you want an extra one to watch every week, head on over to their YouTube and check those out. Sometimes a deck mostly drafts itself, but you remember the event not for the deck you drafted, but for the opponent you faced in round one. I hope you enjoy today's draft. Hey there. Glad you got your second shot, Rusty. That's good news. I think we're going on the Graz train. And pretty happy if we spin the Air Cult Elemental or the Arcane Investigator. Assuming we play blue. I'm kind of assuming we're going to play blue because it is quite often open. But Graz is certainly a great reason to get started there. I have not taken full advantage of this card. The ability to bounce something when it's attacking can be very useful if you're flooded out. You can kind of rebuy some ETBs. Okay. So we'd like to be blue-red, ideally. I don't know how. I don't know how you passed that. I have no idea what you take over that. I have literally no idea. Some best of one drafters probably telling people Meteor Swarm's bad. Just like they did with Volcanic Geyser. But we don't know what they took. Common, but people used to say Volcanic Geyser was terrible. There's no way you take a Grim Bounty over this. Like, that's what they took, Rachel. You're right. But that's insane. Patently insane. Yeah, that's the card they took, but you wouldn't take it either. I think we just be a grown-up and take the 2-drop. I don't love it, but I've already got a good 3. I've got a reason to be blue. This is a decent 2-drop, and I found that if I have enough 2-drops, I don't have to stress so much later in the packs. And I'm kind of thinking we're probably blue now, and we'll have to see if the red comes along. That kind of leans me to wanting the Displacer Beast here. And I see the plate armor, and I did get wrecked by a plate armor yesterday. I guess I can't depend on my neighbors knowing what they're doing. Like, the best card here is the plate armor. I should probably just take it if I actually mean what I say about staying open. And not just be like, okay, we're blue, we opened a good blue rare. Good morning, Reed Snake. Because this is the best card. Chair wants me to go blue and have fun, and I'll do that if blue's actually open. Okay. We might miss him. We might not. But I like Clever Conjurer a great deal. So far our money is on Grim Bounty. This pack, so the reason I took the plate armor over a blue card there is just power level. All of these cards are essentially the same power level, which is very flat, right? So you could take the Barbarian, you could take the Singer, you could take the Conjurer. I like the Conjurer, it opens up more things. It helps fix for the Meteor Swarm if we're playing red, and ramps us into some of the more expensive blue drops. Don't mind Ray of Frost. Don't mind Temple of the Dragon Queen. Don't mind Pixie Guide. These all good cards. Yeah, that's usually what I try to do, is like wait and get the signals later. Because this is a data point, but we haven't seen any good red since then. Like, we could be taking a bunch of barbarians and playing them, but they're not terribly exciting. I'd like to have a piece of interaction in blue, even if it's not necessarily top tier. Yeah, it's free Barbarian Day, but I'm just going to take a Pixie God. I'm usually happy with one of these. Okay, so Druid class came back, Blue Dragon came back, Scion of Stygia came back. Meteor's not a bomb. I think we're pretty happy with the Blue Dragon. We've already got one piece of ramp. Yeah, and we got this guy back too. So right now we're playing blue. We'll see what else we get to play. What's up, Thunair? I've played this more times than I thought I would. Nothing wrong with Zombie Ogre either, but... Scion of Stygia. I also like the Soul Knife Spy a good bit, but I think I like... Since I've already got Grazalix, I like the mix here, and we could play two of these. It does as long as you've got reasons to be in that color, Goose. That's a big thing for me, right? Is like, and I think I do. I think with Graz, the Air Cult Elemental and the Blue Dragon, which we got relatively late, we have reasons to be playing blue. Finster, what is up? Good morning. Thank you for the gift subs. I'll spam some cats for Finster and say thank you if you got a gift sub. Thank you very much, my friend. Boom. This pack be vexing me a little bit, but I think I like the Hoarding Ogre. If we can get into red, the Hoarding Ogre is going to be great with the Meteor Swarm. And if we can't, I'm not going to miss any of the cards here. I can't take a blue card. So let's take the Hoarding Ogre. See where this takes us. So we've got Farida, which is okay. And would so far be okay in this build. I almost just want to take the Windseer. I think so, nobody, but that's the beautiful part about draft. You can pick the cards you want to pick. All I can do is give you my advice about it. We're not really rolling a lot of dice. Like, we can be blue-red, but we don't have to be blue-red rolling dice. That's what makes me more interested in the Windseer than the Farida. So I think I'm actually going to take the Windseer. Because, like, evasion is nice with Graz. So if this deck has Meteor Swarm, Hoarding Ogre, and a Morning Star, it's not bad. I mean, whatever deck we're playing is going to be happy with an Evolving Wilds. It is, but I don't really need it, right? Like, Morning Star is +1/+0 with the evasion. So is making this a 2/3 that impressive? No, but having something to play on turn 2 is kind of nice. I don't think Morning Star is actually good with what we have. So I'm going to take the Wilds. We've already got a heavy red commitment here in a deck that has heavy blue commitments. So I think the fixing would be nice anyway. I shouldn't need my card draw from Gretchen, because we can just keep right on down this Windseer path. I do really like these Frost Giants. But if we're gonna, like, commit to this, I could just play the Fireball. I haven't been lately, Brownie, after my most recent, whatever you want to call it. I didn't have the energy. But I think I can now. No, we'll probably play the Fireball. It's a little awkward, but we can probably... Okay, got us a Charm Sleep. I don't need 2 blue dragons, and I'll probably wheel that one anyway. We're still not that married to the red, but I think we're probably playing it. And I do like Swarming Goblins a good bit too. Play that if we need another 2-drop, I guess. I think green is what we were supposed to be in. I'm going to take the Divine Smite here, because we could potentially splash that in from the sideboard if we want it. It's a good idea to take the walks in the morning, and Simwife and I have taken a couple at night, but I kind of got out of the habit when I was down. Like the flavor on Meteor Swarm, sometimes 1 Fireball isn't enough. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. We've got enough blue playables that I could still abandon the red if I need to. Alright, with her wheeling, I'll probably play her. We're not rolling that many dice, but... It's again a pretty splashable removal spell. I don't really know what people are in. I guess they're in black-red? Okay, they're in black-red. They're not playing green. 7? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 6 and a half. It's probably enough to put her in the deck. Greed is good, greed is not good. Consistency is good. Patience is good. Greed is the mind killer. So what does our deck need that it don't got? Not really much of this. I could probably use You Come to a River. I don't really have much use for a Valor Singer. I don't need more fireballs. Because my creature count's looking not bad. This card's really bad. I have not found a way to use this. Are you taking Windseer over Farida? How was that greedy? If this didn't wheel, I don't care. I'd way rather have the Windseer. Pit Trap's slightly more reliable, but you're always going to spend more mana. Like, it's okay. I'm not embarrassed to play a Pit Trap. I'm probably going to have to play the Brazen Dwarf or another Pixie Guide and a Bar the Gate. Yeah, the deck's already here. We're basically good to go, and I don't really need any of this. There's a world where I do want a Pit Trap. They're the same card. More or less. Okay, now I'm starting to get more interested in them dice rolls. I mean, it wasn't Strixhaven, right? Froststrike was not good enough. Oh man. So many cards I want. It's not our third 2-drop. It would be our 5th. I've got 2 in the sideboard. I think I want to play this in 18 lands. We don't need that 2-drop more. I've got 2-drops I don't want to play over here. We've got plenty of 2-drops. This is a very good one, and it's much better than the other 2 we have. But every time I've played not 18 lands, I've regretted it. So I'm kind of over that. We could splash Criddle, which is cute. I don't even think it'd be that hard. And I don't think I need a Bugbear. Like, Like, these are over here because I'd really rather replace them, but if we can't, whatever. They fine. I'm not realistically playing any of this. I have sideboarded in 50 Feet of Rope before. Morning, Freestyler. I'd be good. How you be? Yoinks! Oh, Lord. We got us a table, boys and girls. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. Well, it's gonna get played because I need something to play on turn 2 to jump under the bus. There's no pro Magic players anymore. We're all casuals. There'd be my splash if I want it. Got so many good playables. I'm a pro streamer. That's what I am. Alright, so we got some decisions to make because we've got basically too many playables here. I want to run 18 lands. I need another 2-drop. I'm not running a ton of dice rolls. I'm rolling enough that I think I can get some value out of the Conjurer. Let's do a quick dice roll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. 7 and a half. That means I might be able to make a token off of that. Yeah, we're playing the other Pixie Guide, but then we've got to start making some cuts. I think Ogre is a 2 for the count. Huh? Oh, it can. I mean, but generally speaking, if... So if you get to roll dice multiple times with the Hoarding Ogre, you don't care about rolling the dice, because you're probably going to win. Alright, so let's look at things we're not going to cut. Actually, let's add in everything we might want to play, and then talk about what we're not going to cut. I don't think I need Criddle to win a game, so I don't think we're splashing Criddle. I do think I need another 2-drop, and I want to play 18 lands. I don't see a reason not to run 2 Evolving Wilds in this deck and just have good mana. Ah! No, go away. No, go away! Is there anything else I should be playing, or at least consider be playing? I should probably consider the other Fireball. So this is with 15 creatures. I don't feel like I need Ray of Frost. Yeah, and we've got the ability to splash pretty easily with the 2 wilds. I just want to cut her. Not actually ramping that hard, am I? I could cut the Conjurer and bring it in if we're playing another blue deck to like beat their Charmed Slaves. I guess I can use extra mana here. I'm just trying to figure out what's the worst card in this batch. It might be You Come to a River. I've won some sneaky games by forcing something through with that before. But I think it may actually be the river. It's like with this much card advantage, there's no reason not to be playing 18 lands. It's kind of greedy not to. I think that may be the right call. Weird call. The right call. Sure, let's be dragons. Yeah, I like it with fight spells too. I like it a lot with fight spells, and it can buy you some tempo against an equipment deck, but it's mostly for the fight spells. I think this can work. If somebody's very aggressive, we can bring in another 2-drop. So we're up to 440 now, thanks to those gift subs from Finster. Thank you again. Just assume I'm going to win, Marty. It's fine. I probably will. Don't you feel better looking at this opener with 18 lands? Like, once I've started consistently playing 18 lands, I've been pretty happy in this format. I've been winning a lot more since I've been playing the 18. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't notice that, and then I did. What's up, unnamed?
Go ahead. Who's ready for adventure?
I think I want to get Farida down first. Yeah, because I can probably finish this off next turn if I do.
Rough crowd, huh?
Yeah, I could just burn it with the Fireball if I wanted to, but I think I can probably get a creature next turn with the Fireball, potentially draw a card off of Farida, and then kill it with creature damage.
Come on.
I moved it down so you guys could see who I was playing against. I moved it down and then moved it back. So you guys could see the username over there. Because it's my buddy Ethan. I didn't think he played best of 3. And there's a world where it ain't him, right? Because I don't think the usernames are unique. And he didn't respond to my everybody grab a leg, which, I mean, men and women of culture always respond to grabbing a leg. It's just kind of what you do. This is kind of what I was going for, where... Do I need to high roll for that to work? Kinda. Like, I may just need to fireball the Planeswalker and be done with it. I don't really want to. But I can't kill it, and I'm just giving him more adventures if I don't kill it. So I think we probably just pop it.
Time for a sad song.
Don't really want to trade her for the Ranger. I think I'd more happily trade this for it. So I still don't actually think I have an attack. I know she has Menace, but this is a lot of damage coming back my way, right? I'm trying to decide whether we're the beatdown right now or we're not. Because imagine he kills this and swings. That's 6-7. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. We can trade this guy off and I'll be relatively happy. What's up, Zurgeon? Because, like, he's got removal spells, but we may as well get as much value off of her while we can. I thought that's what he might do. But that should still leave me with plenty of blockers here. It's going to require a bit of a response. Not that great of a response, though, eh? I don't mind the fireball. Especially since we just get to draw it. But we're now in a spot of like, how are we dealing with the giant? And the answer may be to chump block it for one turn and then throw a token in front of it and fireball it, which I'm not super in love with, but if that's what we need to do, that's what we'll do. I could also just like throw a bunch of this crap in front of it, but I think chumping it for a turn may be better for me. We can start to look a little desperate, perhaps. Which I don't mind. So I know I need enough for this. He's going to be incredibly suspicious if I don't activate the wizard class. Yeah, Ethan can read me like a book if I don't activate the wizard class. I wish this was an untapped land. I'm going to go ahead and fire it off here with the idea that if I do draw a land, it's better. And if I draw something like a Charmed Sleep, that's actually not that bad either. So you just take a nap. And we'll chillax for a turn. Do I mind trading the Windseer for that? Yeah, I do right now. I just want a bunch of blockers right this second. That giant needs a nap. That does free up the fireball to use offensively if we'd like to, say, clear out that Outlander or something. Or you can kill this, it's fine too. Ah, we've decided that Faraday is a problem. I don't mind that. What's up, Lore? How much is it to level this up? And what do my blocks look like next turn? They still don't look bad if he swings team. I think I'd kind of just want to like level this one up. Play me a pixie guide, pass. He's got a removal spell left at the very least. Maybe even another 6-drop that he can't cast. I hope you enjoy your vacation. Looks like he's got 2 removal spells. No, I'm good on that front. I think we would trade this for the 4-1 if he wants to do that. Splash, eh? Interesting. First one going there and there. Let's submit. Spreading these out so he can't just kill one of them and take out all my flyers. See why not to have the fun here. That is what Meteor Swarm often does. That's why you don't pass it to people. So what is he doing? He's doing green-black value. Precipitous drops, grim bounties. The card I'm most scared of from him is probably the long rest. So he's got almost as much card advantage as I do. He just gets to draw, he gets to choose what he draws. The white splash 4. It could be for the dungeon guy, especially if he was in the same draft as me. Because that went by incredibly late. And if you're going to complete a dungeon, that could actually be useful. I think it's like, what cards do I actually care about in this deck? Not a whole lot. He's not being that aggressive, and our 1/3s actually do line up as good blockers and good pressure. So I don't know that I really need to fiddle with this much. If he doesn't have a fight spell or two, I'd be surprised. Bar the Gate could be okay. I don't really like it when I'm going on the draw, though. Because, again, he can read it. That'll work better against worse players. But let's say I play a wizard class and then turn 3, don't activate it, and pass. Like, he's going to be like, oh, Travis has a Bar the Gate. Could be a splash for teleportation circle. That's not insane either. There's not actually much I can do about that. Except kind of lose to it. So we could bring in a minimus containment if we see the... Yeah, I could bring in a splash minimus containment if I see it. But I don't think I'm going to put him on a particular rare. I don't think I'm supposed to change a lot here. So I'm not gonna. This one needs to flood out too, but I'm capable of doing that. I mean, Ethan's making that attack every time. It's a free attack. You play differently when you know that your opponent is good, as opposed to when you may be against a good opponent. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different experience. So if I can stall long enough here, this meteor storm could be quite good for us. So I'm going to do the unthinkable and trade off Mr. Gravelax for an Intrepid Outlander. If he lets me. If he doesn't, I may just have to take my 2-for-1 next turn and live with my decisions. Because he's getting some dungeon runs here. Yeah, we're going to draw a Mountain Goose. It's fine. Don't worry. Relax, guy. Gotta hold the line here. You hold your horses there, buddy. And red mana would be so good here. I would like that very much. Be splashing for a minimus containment. I can beat that. Not if I keep drawing nothing. I should have gotten red. No, I couldn't get red with that Evolving Wilds at the time. Yeah, we got the red. That's handy. Thing is, it's only 8 damage, so I kind of need him to replay that Knoll Hunter. And not put a counter somewhere, you know what I mean? Oh, he can't, because he's already gone through a dungeon, so he's thinking about which one he wants next. I wonder why he drained me. Perhaps, because I am in a bit of a conundrum here. This is where some of my card advantage would be nice. I need to stop playing lands in case we hit the Bag of Holding, but I also want to have enough in play that I can top deck the Arcanist and activate it. So I think that's the last land we need. I feel like the counter would still be good. That's rough, man. Because I can't let her ult. I don't mind sacrificing a land, but this is particularly bad. But, I mean, flooding is bad in current year.
Well, you're no fun.
What's up, Sid? This is game 2, and I think we're probably dead-zo here. Yeah, I'd say this is looking pretty bad. What's up, Sicilian? How are things in your world, my friend? But I mean, he drew 6 lands, we drew 8, 9, 10. I'd say that ain't good. Well, I think that mana issues can be a concern in this format, but there is a way to mitigate mana. There is a way to mitigate that somewhat in this particular format. I got one more turn with this Scion, and he already knows I have one, and I'll take it. And that's by putting mana sinks in the deck, which I've done in this one. Like, is that streamer valuing mana sinks? The answer may be maybe not. Because my experience was I was getting mana deprived more often than flooded, and I fixed that by just playing more lands. What's up, Standard? That ain't really solving no problems for me. Because I gotta kill the Planeswalker, and I gotta kill the 4/4, and it's about to ultimate and make everything giant. But I suppose, technically, I can keep it from ultimating for one more turn. And I should do that. My fireball may kill me, but I think I can roll well enough on this for it not to.
Come on, hurry up, let's go.
And he'll probably sacrifice just to draw a card. Meaning I don't have to worry about the roll. But the fact that we flooded that hard and we're still in that, I think says something. After what I've seen, I kind of do want the bounce spell. Because this is just target non-land permanent, right? Yeah, it is. I want this. We drew a lot of lands, yeah, it can happen. And we didn't draw any of the 3 cards to mitigate drawing so many lands. Ideally, you draw those in combination, right? You draw too many lands and then something to mitigate you drawing too many lands. The Arcane Investigator was a draw there for a while too. And he had a particularly aggressive start. Charmed Sleep out? Are you crazy? Like, look at this stuff. I realize it's bad against the merchant, but there's nothing I can do about that. He does have both of those things, but those are... I mean, I can't make that bad against my deck. We gotta work with what we got, not what we'd like. I think the Conjurer goes out. And we just run this with the 18 lands and trust that we can get there the old-fashioned way. I just hidden him land drops. There's him 2/3s is a problem. Like, sometimes you can sideboard in such a way that you can make some of your opponent's cards bad against your deck, and other times you can't. Like, our deck is too dependent on enchantments and artifacts for me to just cut all of them and be like, okay, we got him. Like, we kind of just can't make that happen. closer to them lands, buddy. Opposite problem of the last one, eh? I think we Swarming Goblins gang block that. I'm nervous that I'm just setting him up for a really good long rest. But I can't really do much about it right now. Okay, he doesn't have it in hand currently, so that's good news. But this is 5. That would leave me with 2, and I can't really afford that right now. But I can get a good blocker setup going. And then try to lead this into advantage. Yes, he has long rest in the deck. That's why I'm worried about it. I don't worry about mythics I haven't seen. Freaking Skillport Merchant, yo. That card is a pain in my booty. You stop it. You're not killing my Trickster 2. You did not draw Cursed Idol. I can't beat Cursed Idol. I need you to stop. Alright, we're even on cards now. We've drawn the same amount. Oh, this is gutsy. Let's gotta go. High roll, please. Ouch! If he's got long rest, I'm dead. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Deck, I need you to do better. You're better than this. I built you better than this. Don't do me like this. No! Okay. Whew. There was potential, but sadly, Schwa's not meant to be. Yeah, we're flooding some. It happens. It happens. That would have been a nice one not to flood out in, but you can't always get what you want. Let's play a little more Awake music. What is that supposed to be, Cal? Can't tell what that is. Is that a ping pong ball? You don't know what it is either? Okay. Huh. I think we need to save the air cult elemental for bouncing the land that will inevitably appear. Interesting. I assumed they were going to chomp it or something. I guess they don't need to with that much life.
Jalokivitulostin menee brrrr.
Sid, thank you for the bits. I'll spam some cats for Sid. Much appreciated, my friend. Interesting. If they're going to be aggressive, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it's going to be really difficult for me not to be able to bounce it this turn. Good morning, Dehaltus. Huh. I've got a green dragon. Bye-bye. Respect. So enchantment removal would be nice, but we don't have it. The fireballs are pretty good at taking out what they have. I don't think we need to change anything here based on what I've seen. There's some concern that our 2-drops can't trade with a 2/2 Death Touch, but there's really not a lot I can do about that. Yeah, I don't have anything I can bring in to deal with that. We could consider again the Bar the Gate or the River, but the River doesn't look as good here. I don't think this deck needs Criddle. And we don't have an Evolving Wilds. We have 2 and the Treasure Producers. The problem is the card quality is so good, I don't know what I'd be cutting for it. Like, we've got evasive threats that, given the fullness of time, will grow. But I don't really think I need him. Well, I think a lot of decks are very happy to play Criddle. It's a fantastic Magic card. I just don't think this one can really take advantage of it. Or it, like, needs it. It would not be difficult to splash, but here we are. Okay. Different people have different evaluations of cards, and sometimes best of one is its own game. Hit actor? Sure. I mean, that was probably somebody that had played their first match, played their first 2 matches and lost, and was like, I want to play one more game with the deck. I've done that before too. Although, I don't scoop that often on those. Flood me, say that you'll flood me. That is a known bot. We got us one of these tieflings. And stay down. Sina olet velhoharu. Play another creature. I think that'd be a good idea. No, don't kill my guy. Just play another creature. I want more. Stop telling my guys, I need you to play more creatures. But I can probably just stop being greedy and do the thing now. Because I should be a wash and card advantage from here, so fine. Yeah, but that's... I'm still going to have the option to do that. Like, it gets even more brutal now. Because it's like, replay your dudes while you're under pressure. Like, we've got the opportunity to just tempo them out because they missed a land drop, essentially. I'll change it up a little bit since we're playing an aggro deck. Well, that means they probably got some sacrifice effects here. I think I can trim a land on the draw and not hate it so much. And I shouldn't need a 7-drop. We basically need to stabilize, not worry about 7 drops. That's bloody terrifying.
Thanks for the year of content. I have learned a lot by viewing.
Yak, thank you so much for supporting the stream. Y'all spam some cats for Yak. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we can take a wizard class. But I have to race the stupid Reaper's Talisman, and that's going to be incredibly difficult. Because that's kind of the last thing I want to bounce. That could lead to a world where I stabilize. But right now we're trading 3 for 4, and that's not beneficial for me. Reaper's Talisman's kind of busted. Really all I can do about it is try to race it while taking 4 damage a turn, and it, like, my deck's just not capable of doing that. Because I have to block it this turn. I don't want to, but I kind of have to. It's going to have to get started with this. I need to be able to do better than 2-for-1ing myself every time they play a creature. Because it's still 3 damage that turn. Like, this card's insane. I think, like, looking back, this is the card I'll remember from the format. And I think the card keeping this from being a potential all-star format. There's some other issues, but that's one of the biggest ones in my mind. Vel, thank you for the resub. I'll spam some cats for Vel. Thank you very much. We've got a year-long resub and a 59-month resub. Thank you both very much. There's basically nothing I could draw that would get me in this game because I need to be able to kill multiple creatures. Oh yeah, I've been very happy with artifact removal. I have to trade for that. I can't be in the business of chomping it. And I don't think we're winning, but if we are, it's going to be in the air. Because we're going to 2 here. Or I guess 3. So I'm kind of dead to a creature unless I top deck a removal spell. It's kind of the worst, eh? Yeah, I can't do anything about this. I'm just dead. I suppose they could be bad and block. But there's absolutely no incentive for them to do that. Reaper's Talisman, ladies and gents. So all of those people telling me to take the Barbarians, I mean, you're not wrong. I really can't do much about that. That's about all I got. We could side in the Minimus containment, but then I'm going to want the 18 lands again, and we're going to start to have problems, I think. There's a possibility they don't draw it, and we do have some very powerful cards in this deck. Dang it, Bobby. Could use one of them lands now. Because I kind of have a problem with 2/3s. All right, we've been called. And I'm not unhappy with it. Kind of unhappy about missing that land drop, but you do what you got to do. I think I'll keep it. Took you bloody long enough. New. No, stop killing my dudes. Need better things than this. You better give me a bloody land. I can't believe you're not giving me more lands. We're now 17 cards into the deck. So there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is we're going to draw land. The bad news is we're going to draw a lot of land. We have to be very careful with what we trade our resources for on this. Because we're going to draw an incredible amount of land right now. I suppose the other good news is we're so close to dead it may not matter. Whew. Sometimes you're the pigeon, Sometimes you're the statue. So like I said, boys and girls, I can teach you how to draft a good-looking deck and then go 1-2 with it. So if you'd like to learn how to lose more drafts and incinerate gems, this is definitely the place for you to be. Ouch. All of my videos are brought to you by my patrons. Thank you to these fine folks. We can have draft videos every day, at least that's my goal through August, as well as work on the other series that we do here. So thank you very much to my patrons. If you're interested in supporting the content through Patreon, there's a link below.